Greetings, everyone. If you can see and hear me okay, let me know so I can just make sure everything's good to go, that you can see everything here. I am Crystal Forman. I'm the owner and educator of Holistic Wellness and Health, where we make healthy living easy, nutritious, delicious, and fun. Happy Friday. I'm going to check our comments just to make sure you can see and hear me okay. And yes. Hi, Tavon. Yes, happy Friday. Thanks for showing up live. If you're watching this live, definitely say hello. Let me know you're watching with me. And if you are watching this as a replay, put in hashtag replay. So today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do intuitive cooking, which is basically cooking based on like your intuition on what you have available and just like knowing flavor combinations. So for people who are beginner cooks, usually it's really good to use a recipe and then just kind of adapt the recipe based on your taste. But in this case, we're going to actually use what we have available and some of the common seasonings that I recommend people have, especially if you're just getting started, but even for people who've been cooking for years. So we're using produce from Moon Valley Farm in Western Maryland, Frederick area. And today we have our beautiful, this is gorgeous, rainbow Swiss chard here. It comes in different colors. We have red, white, and orange. We're going to cook up some kohlrabi. We have some salad mix here, so we're going to add to that. Beets. We also have some scallions, some yellow squash, yellow summer squash, cucumbers, and white onions. So all of this came in our CSA share. So for those who don't know what a CSA is, CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. And so it's a great way to support farmers throughout the farm season, and especially at the beginning of the season. Some CSAs just put some money up front, and then you get produce for the whole year. Some do weekly payment plans. There are all types of options out there. And some farms are still accepting CSA shares, so definitely check out any farms in your area that might be doing CSAs. So I have a full share from Moon Valley Farm. So a full share usually has about 6 to 8 different variety of vegetables or fruit, animal fruit, and then some of them have things when you can add on like mushrooms, different types of fruit, different things like that. We are going to go on and get started. So, and also with intuitive cooking, so I'm not cooking with a recipe. I just picked up my box like an hour and a half ago. I washed everything, and now I'm just going to start cooking. So I pretty much know what I'm going to do. I'm going to saute up our Swiss chard, and I'm going to saute up our kohlrabi. So I'm going to get started with our kohlrabi. For those who don't know what this is, it is actually a cruciferous vegetable, also known as a brassica. It's in the same family as our broccoli and cauliflower and kale and all that stuff. So it's related, it's even more closely related to the cabbage. It usually comes with leaves, if you get it with everything on it, but this has had the leaves taken out. And this hard stem here, I'm going to remove. So it came with 2 of them. I'm going to remove the bottom. If you all can see. So how many of you all have actually cooked with kohlrabi before? It's becoming more popular. I'm seeing it at a lot more farmers markets now. I'm going to peel it. Sometimes you don't have to really peel it, but I'm going to peel at least the bottom of this off. Just use a veggie peeler or knife. Just go all the way around. So when it's growing, it's kind of like a root veggie, but it doesn't grow deep into the ground. You know when it's ready to pick because it starts coming up, kind of like carrots do. Okay, cool. So this is new to Tavon. Just gonna keep on peeling it around. Yeah, when I first got kohlrabi, it was part of a CSA. I was doing like a work share and helping grow the food. And I had no idea what this thing was. We got it in CSA share, and I was like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? It looked foreign. And it sat in my refrigerator for a couple of weeks. And so when I realized I was having difficulty just figuring out what to do with this, I knew others were having the same difficulty. Our CSA did give us, this is a different CSA, gave us recipes, but even with recipes, sometimes when something's foreign, it can seem scary. I've been cooking pretty much all my life, so I knew that if I was having trouble, other members were having trouble with it too. So I started doing cooking demos for our CSA, and that's pretty much how my business got started. So I had actually already started the business name and everything, but I started doing cooking demos, and people started asking me to go to churches and different locations, community centers, senior centers to do cooking demos, and started going to farms as well. So this crop here is actually what got me really started in doing specifically cooking demos. I've been doing health and wellness education for over 20 years, but it's definitely important for people to actually know how to use produce and, you know, not be scared of it, because it's what our ancestors, even really, since we've been on this planet, it's only recently we started eating boxed stuff and things that don't actually grow from the ground. So we need to get back to nature. This is our kohlrabi. There are different things. You can eat this raw. You can saute it. You can pickle it. I am just going to thinly slice it up. So, like, literally, I'm going on just on the fly here. I'm going to thinly slice it. So when I have like a lot of produce and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, like a lot of times I don't cook with a recipe. So people will ask me to do cooking demos, so I always use a recipe. And I do not. I only do it for cooking demos to show people how to actually use the recipe. But I will look to see what's going bad, what I have available, what I have a lot of, and kind of just base what I'm going to cook on that. So I'm going to turn my stove on here on high, and I have avocado oil. You can use grapeseed oil, really any high heat oil whenever you're sauteing. Just a little. That's not even a good tablespoon. Just a little on the bottom. Doesn't need a whole lot of oil. And I'm going to use half of this white onion, also from by farm. This is beautiful. I am going to save the tops for our salad. Tops of this, I'll make sure I put that there. And I'm going to use the whole onion. So slice it in half. Got my nice flat side. Put it down. Slice it in half again. So basically quartered it. I'm just going to slice through as well. Does anyone have any questions, comments about anything? So you all got a little history about how holistic wellness and health got started. So this is my oil starting to get hot now. I'm going to cut up the rest of this onion here. So kohlrabi is very high in a lot of the same nutrients that all of the other cruciferous vegetables have. So it's high in vitamins A and C, as well as vitamin K. It's also high in manganese. Manganese is important for our bone, like building nice healthy bones. And of course, calcium as well is important for our bones, all of that, and that's in our kohlrabi as well. So oil's already nice and hot. Add my oil, the oil. I'm going to add the kohlrabi right in there too. And then we're going to add our spices. So I love to use a lot of the same spices when cooking. Onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, like the basics for savory. And then Italian seasoning, if you like Italian seasoning. So if you like more like an Indian style seasoning, it could be cumin, curry, turmeric. That's about a teaspoon, not quite. That's about a little less than half a teaspoon. Okay, so don't you want to do like used to cooking, but I'm just going to just sprinkle a little bit on here. But if you're concerned that a whole lot of black pepper is going to come out, you'll over top of another surface first. And then if it comes out too much, you can just easily move it. So, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. I had on 425, I'm going to turn it to 450. Let the onions get nice and tender as well as our kohlrabi. And so put the lid on, let that cook up. And next we are going to make our Swiss chard dish. And because I didn't, you know what, I'm going to put the rest of this one kohlrabi aside. This is not all fitting in. So some of this will probably go in our salad as well. And my goal is to use all of this up today. So then slicing the rest of our kohlrabi here. There's a lot of great produce available from our farmers markets. It's a good time to go to the farmers market. It's in here. I think kohlrabi tastes somewhat like broccoli stem, but a lighter flavor. Some people, like the leaves, kind of remind me of cross between the greens that you would get on broccoli and cabbage leaves, which if you, I'm going to actually cook up some cabbage leaves tomorrow at Moon Valley, I'm sorry, at White Rock Community Farm. So I'll be there at 12:15 tomorrow. If you want to show up, you can show up live. I will be there on my FaceTime. So that's going, I'm going to cut up some more onion for our Swiss chard here. So save some of this as well. And this is a huge one, so I'm only going to use about half of this onion. And because this is large, I'm just going to cut in thirds here instead of just in half. And then we're slicing right on through. So you can see. Yes. If I wanted to, I could use spring onions for this as well. Spring all interchangeable. And I'm going to use the avocado oil in this pan as well. And basically enough to cover the bottom of the pan here. This is cool, I can use it all up. And I'm going to add my onion right to our pan. I'm not going to wait for it to get hot because this pan gets hot pretty quick. So how many of you all do intuitive cooking? We are broadcasting on the Black Vegetarian Society of Maryland's page, Facebook page, Holistic Wellness and Health Facebook page, and Holistic Wellness and Health on the YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure you are subscribing to our YouTube channel and let others know about it as well. So here we have our absolutely gorgeous Swiss chard. Swiss chard is actually in the beet family. So it does look a lot like our collard greens or like the red Russian kale, but this is actually in the beet family. Comes in different colors, so you see the white, the orange, and the yellow here. I'm just going to trim off the very bottom of the stem. And the cool thing about this grain is that you can use all of it. So sometimes people take off the ends or take off all of the stem outlets because they're very really tough. But with this, you're going to keep it all. So they my leaves all on top of each other. And I'm going to put the stems in first. I'm just going to cut the stems. Stems can be used like celery if you want to do it raw. You can eat Swiss chard raw as well. Because that's my leaf nice and stacked, I'm just going to slice it in half lengthwise. Half here, I'm putting it on top of the other half. And it's going to cook down a lot like spinach, so I don't really have to cut lengthwise again. I'm just going to cut straight down. You can also do a chiffon and roll it and cut it, but this is just a nice, easy way to do it. Right. I'm going to cut through. I'm going to go and add my spices now. This I'm going to do a smoky Swiss chard. I'm going to use some smoked paprika and salt as well. So pink Himalayan salt here has 84 minerals in it. My body is also made of 84 minerals. So really make sure you're getting all of the minerals you need. I'm going to put some in both of your hands here. About half a teaspoon. I'm starting with a half teaspoon for our Swiss chard as well. And about half a tablespoon of smoked paprika. I'm going to add just a little red pepper flakes to this instead of pepper. So that's not even 8 tablespoons. Just enough to give some flavor. And we're going to add our Swiss chard directly to our pan here. If you don't have a frying pan, or if you have too much Swiss chard, this is like one bunch, but you could put it in a pot. A big pot. And you will see the 6 minutes that it's going to cook down. So our pan is pretty full here. Cover it and let it cook down some. Let's do our next dish. Actually, yes. So we're going to make some beet salad. Also received beets in our share. I've already peeled some of them, so I just need to peel a couple more of them, and we're going to shred it. We could just use a veggie peeler. Just be careful. And I'm putting this in my scrap container here. I put all my scraps for veggie scraps. I can use it for soup stock, which beets skins make great soup stock. Some comments. I'm going to check in just one moment. Our beautiful red beets here. Beets come in a lot of different colors. There's some orange beets last week. Roll that off. Let me check. You need a tester. Hi, Miss Matthews. No, not today. Actually, I with my family, so they're going to be testing for me today, and letting me know what they think. They're very honest. Appreciate it. I want to stir this up, and I'm going to add this little liquid to this pan here. So I am going to use some orange juice. So a lot of you all know I like to add some type of an acid to my grains, just to make it easier easier to digest, and it breaks down the cell walls of our brains. Just to add a little bit to this, it will also, in this case, add a little sweetness. But lemon juice works well for this. You can also use apple cider vinegar. But I felt like orange juice today. Let's see. Queen of substitutions. Hi, Kashi. Haven't seen you in a while. Yes, use what you have, mix it up. Yeah, especially when you have a lot of something. Or if you don't have enough of something, substitute it out. Yeah. Just cutting off our ends here. Get my inner here. I'm going to do that with the rest of these. We're going to actually shred these. So I actually love eating beets raw. I love them roasted too, but I am not turning on the oven if I can help it. So, yeah. So I'm going to do the beet salad. I'm going to grate it on the medium grater here. If you're concerned about hurting your fingers, you can stick a fork in your beet. Or if you still have the beet rings on, like the actual rings are part of the stem, then you can use that like a handle and just go and shred this on up. And we're going to make our own dressing for this as well. Oh, thank you, Ms. Matthews. Yeah, they are still doing produce boxes at the Plantation Park Heights in West Baltimore City on Thursdays, 12 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also support the farm there at 3 different farmers markets. So Wednesdays, they're at Druid Hill Park. And then on Thursdays, they're at Hopkins. And Friday, Saturday night market is at the farm 3811 Park Heights Avenue, and that's a night market. It's really cool that they have lots of options. Everything that's grown from Whitelock as well as really all of the local farms, Plantation Park Heights Spring Garden, they all use the same practices. And they don't use like harmful chemicals and stuff. I'm going to add just a little water. This is looking good. I'll be right back. Some water for our Kohlrabi. Turn down the heat a little bit too. So I'm turning it down to 300 now. 275. Yeah, so just keep on shredding all of this up. You can also pickle your beets. I did a video last year, so it's getting a lot of beets, and I just pickled them, and they made a bunch of pint-sized containers. And this, like, you can put it in your salad, eat it just like it was. I really liked it. So if you're looking for like other beet recipes, you can just check out the YouTube channel and the Holistic Plant-Based YouTube channel. And you type it in the search part, beets, and you'll see the beet salad and such beet pickle beets. Yes. Actually, I think it is beet salad too. A different one. I'm going to turn this off. So if you don't want your hands to get stained, make sure you wear gloves. If your hands do get stained, you can just use the alcohol. Some people use a little oil to kind of lift it up a little bit and then wash your hands. You can also use acetone. It's a little strong, but it works. I don't care that the hands are stained. look at it as phytonutrients getting into my skin. It's all good. It will come off eventually. Usually it doesn't take too long. I wash my hands a lot. So tomorrow I'm actually doing something different as well. I picked up some tiger lilies from White Rock, as well as I'll be picking up some cabbage leaves, like the outer leaves that a lot of people don't get to eat. And I'm going to make some lemon balm tea as well. We'll start right around 12:15, right after the yoga's done. So this little piece here. And we're going to make our dressing. Once again, I'm just kind of going with it. I'm going to mix it in this bowl. So I'm going to use orange juice. I think that's about half a cup. Some olive oil. About another, it says a little less. About a third of a cup. I'm going to add a little salt. My pink salt. You can get this from the Dollar Tree. Really, a lot of stores carry it now. And I'm going to add just a little onion powder and garlic powder. Looks like I'm putting a lot in, but it's not even an eighth of a teaspoon. And this is a little less than a quarter of a teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder. Right. Let's see if there's anything else I want to add. So I'll add some parsley, some dried parsley to this. You can use fresh parsley as well if you have that. I'll put in about half a tablespoon. And just mix it all together. And we're going to just put it on with our beets. So because we're using orange juice, we don't have to add any sweetener or anything like that to this dressing. Just stir it up. Let it sit for at least 15 minutes, and it will keep in the refrigerator for like 5 days. So this is a great make-ahead dish, and this is ready. So that's our beet salad, and you can serve that on top of your other salad. So our Swiss chard is looking good. You can see that it's already cooked down quite a bit. There's still a nice amount in here. I'm going to actually turn this down as well to medium. Let's check. Getting tender. So for those who are just joining, we have our kohlrabi here. It's basically sautéed kohlrabi. We have our smoky Swiss chard, and we use orange juice as our acid for that. We just made our beet salad, and we're about to make our regular tossed salad with the lettuce leaves that we received from our box. I'm going to add in some of the tops of our white onions, and I'm going to add some beets to it as well. So we're going to get pretty much all of the colors of the rainbow in this salad. Awesome. I'm also going to, because I'm using these tops here, I don't really need to use scallions, but I'm going to add this one. Okay, I like scallions, so just based on what you like. I'm going to add some of the beet, and I'm just going to thinly slice it. The beets add like a nice sweet flavor. Yeah, pickled beets are awesome. I did not think I liked pickled beets. When I was growing up, I had the canned stuff, and I really don't like that. But, and I also thought I didn't like pickles, just in general. But I really like homemade or fresh pickle products. This is a huge difference in flavor. I'm just grocery shopping this, just trying to get it in here. And I'm going to add in our cucumber. One of these cucumbers here. We actually have enough cucumber here to make a cucumber salad as well, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that today. I'm going to slice my cucumber lengthwise. And I don't care that the knife has stuff on it. All of it's going in the same container. This is how I cook. Yeah. Which is different than how I cook cooking the most. I don't care as much for home, but it looks like it's care that it tastes good. And you know that it'll last and it's flavorful. These cucumbers smell awesome. And I love organic cucumbers. I know that they haven't put wax on it. Sometimes at the grocery store they put wax on it to make it look better. I've noticed they don't do it as much now as they did like in the 80s and 90s. Early 2000s, I think it's just people don't like it. Once you kind of peel your cucumber, you're wasting a lot of it. So I get that away from it. But some places probably still put more wax on it. So yeah, this class is going a little longer than normal because I didn't prep anything. I'm making several dishes. So I'm really trying to use everything that's in this box as much as possible. All right, that is done. I'm going to turn that off. This is this chart here, Kohlrabi. I'm going to add a beautiful striped yellow squash. I'm going to add that in. And I think I've added everything that needs to go in with the salad. So with the salad, we're going to actually serve it with our beet salad. So this is going to act as like a salad dressing. Once again, lengthwise, just so I can have half moon-shaped pieces for our salad. I like my salad to be kind of bite-sized, so I don't have to use a knife when I'm eating. I just want to be able to put the fork in my bowl or my plate and not have to cut anything. So it's a little up to you. If you want to make it just like circles, depending on the size of your squash. I'm going to add a little bit of our kohlrabi, and that will be it for our salad. Something I didn't do, which I normally do like to add to my food, is add nutritional yeast. So that's one staple I love to keep, especially when making savory food. I do have it here, and I think I will go and put it in the smoky chard. Gonna add like another layer of flavor, add some umami flavor. For those who don't know nutritional yeast, that has a nice nutty, cheesy flavor. You can find it at the pretty much all grocery stores now. Walmart even carries it. I usually get it from Mom's in the bulk section, but yeah, you can get it from a lot of places. So I'm just putting in about a tablespoon of my nutritional yeast. Mix this all in. I put nutritional yeast on pretty much everything savory, including my grits. Some people like to use it in place of Parmesan. And I won't start the debate about grits, but you can have savory grits and sweet grits. Totally up to you. I do both. All right, so let's get the rest of this in. Does anyone have any questions about anything? Any comments? So that's not too bad in time. We have 4 dishes done, and we still have some produce left over. But this bowl is pretty full here, so I'm gonna leave that alone. So you could, if I wanted to, I could, and I probably will, saute up the onion and those squash. I love, that's like one of my favorite go-to meals. I've been making that one for like over 30 years. Just squash the onion, some onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper, and I love it. Quick, easy meal. And I think, oh, beet. I want to add this one last beet, actually one more to this salad here. So I'm just going to slice it. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you are following us on Instagram too. That's it. So this is our beet salad here. But I have one more beet left, so I'm going to go in and shred that and put that in here. But this is done. We have our mix, like just basically garden salad. What we have, so we have some lettuce mix, some cucumbers, yellow squash, the tops of our white onion, and I'm going to add just one of these. The flavor of this is just a little different than the tops of the other. And oh, kohlrabi. I'm going to add some kohlrabi in here. Yeah, so we have a lot of colors of the rainbow. This is a very antioxidant heavy salad here. I wanted to put this has nice root system. I don't even have to put it in water. Put this directly in the soil and we'll get some more green plants coming out of it. And I'm just going to put a little bit of the kohlrabi in. I could shred it, but I'm just going to thinly slice it for our salad. And that will be it. So I'm going to show you all of the dishes. And just check one more time. So Ms. Matthews says she still remembers the salad I prepared for the older adults holiday party. All of the ingredients were fresh and delicious. Thank you. Yes, I remember that. Hopefully, you all can have those types of parties again. That would be awesome. And do I do catering? So I will start doing catering again next year. But I will, like, if it's a special something, I'll do that. But in general, I'm not going to pull out of catering right now. But next year, I do plan to do catering. And hopefully there'll be able to be festivals and things like that as well. But if it's like private chefing, I do that as well. Yeah. So this chart here, because that's just so pretty long. So you kind of see the pan is completely full. This is what we have. I'm serving all of those actually with quinoa. So this is the quinoa. It's cooked a lot like a grain. Technically, it's a seed. It has 9 essential amino acids we need. So this is going to be our used as our grain, but it's very high in protein and very filling as well. So for those who are like, where's the protein? But you don't need a whole lot of proteins, but unless you're working out, like doing a whole lot of working out, because the protein, the amino acids actually help build up like the muscles, like especially if you're working out a lot, you need that. But most of us are not working out that hard. So we don't need the amount of protein that some people think we need. And there's protein in all of this right here. There's protein in the leaves. There's protein in our onions even. There's protein in the beets. There's protein in our kohlrabi. So plenty of protein, but sometimes protein makes you feel fuller. Or if you're someone who was on a meat-heavy diet and you're like kind of weaning away from that, it is good to substitute like more heavy proteins as you're like basically detoxing off of other proteins. So quinoa is a great source of protein. Is very filling as well, and like I said, it has the 9 amino acids, which actually are the building blocks of protein. So they call it a superfood grain, but it's not a grain. It's from the Americas, southern parts of South America and Central America. And it's a seed filled with, so like when it cooks, you'll see the little seed part pop out, the germ there, and that is our protein. So I'm going to check one more time, see if we have any questions, comments. So in 40 minutes and with all my yapping and talking, we made all these dishes. If I were not talking and like stopping a lot, I would have had all of these done a lot faster. And so like, don't be intimidated to get in the kitchen. Just have fun, see what you have, cook it up, and there you go. So I am going to see you all Monday for Live at 5. That's our last Live at 5 for the summer. And we're taking a break from Live at 5s for the summer. I might pop in here and there, but not consistent. But we will continue our Friday Live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and continue to show you how to use farm fresh produce in a nice, healthy, easy, delicious manner. And I will also be adding more videos to our YouTube channel. So if you are in the Baltimore area, definitely check out the events page. You can see where I'll be popping up at some of the farms. All of these are outdoor cooking demos. We are still following social messages, slight physical distancing, and wearing masks. Some of the places still requiring it. So definitely feel free to show up. So I will see you all next Friday. Have a beautiful weekend, a great week, and take care. Peace, love, and blessings, everyone.